Ah, I got the sweat. Yeah, I think that left-handed run is gonna be not my best. It's obviously not my best, but it's a nice little silly bit. I think I'm gonna. Yep, that's one of the ones that yeah, that's gonna get clipped and thrown on the channel. So, I started reading One Punch Man because if I'm gonna be real blunt, Saitama's emotional struggles. This is gonna sound there's no kind way to say this. There's no way to say this type of thing without coming across like a giant jerk. But and this is not just true of like video games. But Saitama's emotional reality, like the things going on inside of his heart, really speak to me. In my professional sphere, there is a specific skill that I possess. It's a highly situational skill, but it's insanely impressive. And to my knowledge, only 20 people in the world can pull it off. And I'm one of them. Cool. I'm not like respected in my field. I'm not unrespected either. I'm not like highly respected. I'm not like considered like Andy Ng or Laccoon, but I do have considerable skill in my field, even if I don't have a huge pile of recognition. But the reality of that is, if you're in that situation, then your work projects, the projects that people come to you to do, are often pretty far below your level. Oh, there goes that coconut. That was really dicey, but it had to be. And so, It really does speak to me, actually. What you end up doing in this type of situation, like Saitama does, he goes off, and he does things on his own. For no reason other than that he's bored. And a lot of these things that you do, you give it a shot. And if you can do it, then that's awesome. And if you can't replicate a thing that some researcher says they can do, you look into it and you ask, well, why is that the case? And so on and so forth. And it gives you this... It's awful to say, but it gives you this deep lack of respect for a lot of people. Once you realize that a lot of research that's published isn't heavily scrutinized. And then you just stop reading it. Like 90% of the time. Like, enough of it is, like, meaningless that you just look at it and go, well, what am I reading this for, if it's not even true? Not to even get into the bit about it, whether or not it's useful, it's just like, there's a lot of research out there that's just not true. And when you go and you think I'm going to have a nice little project to further my skills, it doesn't further your skills. Much. It doesn't further your, unless you're like kind of new, it doesn't really further your skills to pursue something that's just completely wrong. The ability to discern whether or not something is, like, genuine is actually a pretty early skill. I think I go through a solid, like, 50 pages, or not 50 pages, 50 papers. At least every unit of my course. Say I go through 10 or 20 papers a month. About every 3 months, I find something that's actually good. It's pretty bad. And it's like it's impossible to get fired up. because you're just aware that a lot of stuff is garbage. And you're not being given challenges. It's not just at work either, because, you know, you can be given challenges outside of work. It's not just that, you're just not given the challenges. And if you're not given challenges, how do you improve? And I feel like you know, it speaks to me. You know, the way Saitama is. I know that. I know that he is an actual cartoon character. I know that he is not written by someone who actually has these struggles. But those struggles are actually like real, emotionally real. And the writer can't really express them, but those are real. Those are real struggles. They're not. I think that's not the sort of struggle that a lot of people have. Like a lot of people do develop. It's a very real struggle to just not have any challenges, and you do see that type of person. And it's annoying to say that thing doesn't happen in collaborative type skills like engineering. It happens way sooner than it does in competitive skills. Because in competitive skills, you're aiming for an actual top. But in engineering, you can't really compare yourself to other people, or you're a trash engineer. You compare yourself to problems. And there are a lot of engineers who are just stronger than any problem that you can throw at them. Like, that exists. And their lives suck. Like, to be real, like, seeing them actually... this one guy... And like, that type of problem, it happens way earlier in your career than you'd think. Like, I met this guy. I don't want to say I know him. But I met this guy. There's Q. I think he must have memorized the entire Unix code base. So anytime he wanted to do something, he had these, like... He didn't set them up himself. He knew all of the default, a lot of really simple default commands. But he knew how to exploit them in ways that I would have never thought. It's like the guy's first language out of the womb was Bash. Like he didn't learn English. He didn't learn Spanish, Japanese. No, he learned Batch. Like that's the impression I get. And he just knew a bunch of these sorts of things by heart, and he's like, oh yeah, I needed to do this once for this, and this is the command. And there would be pipes and backslashes everywhere. And it would be this. And he'd managed to type this thing out that I swear looked like 30 lines of code. And he'd managed to do it. I swear in like 10 seconds. And he's like, oh yeah, this is a simple one-line shell script. And it would run, and it would do what I wanted it to. I'm not that good. Don't get me wrong, I am not even pretending to be near that. But I am still at a stage where I am finding that I end up with workplaces where I don't get challenged. And I am not that good. I am not this ridiculous code talker with cartoon level skills. And even I feel this way sometimes. Like, it ain't good. This is why people... I'm beginning to understand why people go for the insane problem. I get the feeling that I just did something absolutely kind of insane. And I'm not gonna realize what insane thing I just did until I check the VOD. I'm a little quiet. I feel like there's this place in my mind where I've started to go. I'm gonna let you guys in on it a little bit. So there is this place. It's not like a real physical place, obviously. But there's this place in my mind. And I can only visit it when my head is actually empty. And that's not very often. During your day, you have a bunch of little tiny problems. You think, oh, I have to go to the store today, I need to buy this, I need to change the address on my vehicle's registration, I need to... And you have a bunch of these things. These little tiny concerns. You have a bajillion of these. Things that aren't usually, unless you're really organized, things that don't even go on the to-do list. They're things that go inside your memory and you remember to do them just long enough to get them done. Absolutely tiny and irrelevant tasks. Things like, and things that help you accomplish these tasks, right? And all the things that help you accomplish these almost meaningless tasks. They live somewhere in your head. And in my view, they live all in the same spot. It is possible to clear this space out in your head. And it's something that I've done before. You don't do it by not having the tiny little thoughts. You don't do it by not having them. That's impossible. That's a great way to get wrecked. But you do it by taking all of your big problems and putting them out of your mind completely, and all your little problems, they get put into the spot in your mind where all the big problems get solved. That was really close. And in that spot in your mind where all the big problems get solved, all your little problems go. And then all the little problems don't occupy anywhere in the little problem hole spot in your brain. And so this part of your brain is completely clean, and you can put whatever you want in there now. And it turns out that this is actually really useful because your brain automatically churns through problems that are in the little problem space, but it doesn't do that for the problems in the big problem space. So you sort of decide to forget about all your big problems. All of this is not actually easy to do, by the way. It takes some practice. You just stop thinking about all your big problems except for maybe one. We'll talk about that one later for a second. And then all your little problems are the things that you're thinking about. And you can put a single big problem in the little problem space. And you go about your problem or your day actively thinking about a bunch of little tiny problems. Struggling to figure out where you put your keys. And it's a very weird thing. Because at the end of this process, at some time that feels completely random, it's a little like saying that a ghost comes to you and tells you how to solve your big problem that you put in your little problem space. And it comes to you in the same way that a little ghost tells you, hey, this is where you put your keys. Because that's what happens. How do you remember where you put your keys? If you think about it, you realize that you never remember where you put your keys by thinking it out and deducing. It's basically like a little ghost comes and tells you, hey, that's what happened. And this should sound completely ridiculous to any skeptical person. And I totally buy that. It's a totally ridiculous thing to say. But, psychology is a very weird thing. People's brains don't really work in the symbolic Greek fashion, where you solve your problems perfectly by thinking through them. My focus is beginning to weaken. I feel like the end is coming. I, Rainbow Ninja Man, have just sorta on a normal recovery stream I'm just sailing past 10K. There is nobody who claims to be able to do this well at Fruit Ninja BR2. Other than me. And you just saw me sail past it. Without much effort. Like, this is me. My side touched that lemon that dropped just now. I actually fumbled that lemon. It was down towards the bottom of the screen. And this is actually a really, really bad situation. Ah, it's nice, it's nice. Beautiful. Look at this. I've been out of the game for more or less a month. And a nice 1300. Whoa, hey buddy. Not 1300, 13,000, sorry. Just have a nice, relaxed 13,000 point run. Ah, these runs are actually really hard on the body. I'm not gonna lie. Once it gets about half an hour out, That was 2. Well, I might be the ninja. I don't know. I might be a ninja. Wait. This was just meant to be like really relaxed. That was a really rough situation that I got put in just now, actually. I got kind of cornered with my left. It's hard to explain, but I couldn't really bring my left up because there were a lot of bombs, so I had to sort of bring it down to the ground. I wanted to find an opportunity to bring it up. But I just couldn't until the field cleared a little bit. This run matters. What? Why? Why does this run matter? What is this? This is my rehab stream. Guys, this is my rehab stream. Why am I getting a 14,000? On rehab stream. Loser Ninja doesn't play for a month. $14,000 points. Classic. It's not even just better than everyone else, it's twice. It's like a factor of 2. The other guy claims like 6,000, I think. It might have gone up, actually, I don't know. That was a wetware error. Brainware error. Big cognitive error. I'm itchy. Whoa, hey. I'm gonna lose, honestly. I'm not gonna, like, scratch my chin and be like, oh yeah, I'm done. Whoops, I scratched my chin because I was itchy. End of... No, I can't do that! Alright, now I'm scratching. Wonderful scratched neck. Wonderful scratched chin. I don't know what to say to entertain you guys. Because I don't know if anyone's actually in chat. I'm going to disappoint anyone who's watching right now. This is not, well, of course it's not the first time, but it's not even the second time I've gotten to this score. 15,000 is, like, obviously you see my best. Obviously then I beat it. But, I think this is like the third, maybe fourth time that I've gotten here. It's still insanely good for what this stream was supposed to be. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that I'm pretty good. And if you come and watch my stream, sometimes this happens. Sometimes that happens as well, where a bomb will come up from the bottom of the screen to harmlessly ding my Psy and scare me senseless. I don't show it, but every time that happens, there is this thing in my body. It's like... It's the same feeling you get when you accidentally go in your pants in public. Except nothing comes out. Like, that's not something that's happened to me since I was a small kid. But I think everyone... who has ever been a kid has had that experience once, and it's the worst feeling in the world. Every time that Psy hits the deactivated bomb that bounces off of the bottom, and I hear that tink, that's the feeling of dread you get. Like it's undeniably a feeling of dread. And the same for those explosions. That key we needed to just... I don't like this position. Because it makes me take stupid risks like that. Come on! That happens, that actually happens in my nightmares. Like, there's just suddenly a bomb in your face, and your Psy is touching it. Like, that's actually the stuff of nightmares. Come on. So, To anyone who asked how I got this good, 100 push-ups a day, 100 no. It's a semi-consistent practice, is what I'd like to say, but I actually started out kind of good. Like, the ability to track that large number of fruit with your eyes. I actually think that's not a typical skill. And the more I see other people play, the more I'm convinced that something's actually different. And I don't know what it is. Brain built for manually solving the Boltzmann equation or something, I don't know. Whoa! That big sweep was actually a huge mistake. The green arrow is nice. Stop doing that. If I start to tense up, then I'm gonna just lose. But I also know that I'm actually pretty sure that I've never gotten to this point except once before. I don't like being on a miss with less than 50 to, okay. To clear, right. It's a little... It's slightly nerve-wracking. It's not that nerve-wracking. This is a very I don't like this position. This is a worse position. And this is bad. I'm starting to think with my brain. Your brain is not... You don't want to think with your brain. Your brain, very bad at thinking. Did I really? It's really a run. This is really... my rehab run. Guys. This run where I was recovering from having overtrained myself at the gym. Where I hadn't really been playing for a solid month. This is my personal best. I should go get the flu more often. What the hell? Kids don't go out and get the flu on purpose. Bad line from me. What's going on? This is not like, this isn't really normal, right? I guess it is normal. I guess this is the norm. Like, the first time I broke 6,000, was it? No, it wasn't 6,000 then. But the first time I broke 4,000 was like this in the sense that I just didn't I just didn't take it seriously at all. I'm still not really taking it seriously. I still don't feel the gravity. Like this still feels like a recovery run. Even though I'm 3 crits away from 1 crit. Even though this is the 20k run. This is the 20k run. This was just done to recover. 20K. I don't know what to say about this. This is another 1 hour Fruit Ninja stash from me. That was a bit of stupid risk. 20K, man. Whoa. You see that? What just happened? This is why you go to the bathroom before playing VR. Otherwise, that will happen, and you will go to the bathroom while playing VR. Don't make that mistake, kids. Toilet humor. As completely befitting of a 30-year-old man. With a master's, prestigious university, I swear I hit a bomb. $21K. Ninja pose. So that I have a nice screenshot. Okay, let's focus. So that in addition to having a nice screenshot, thumbnail thing for the video, let's also try to pump it up a little bit. Get those scores up. Back is starting to get... No. My back is also starting to get... No. But it's also getting stiff. I think I'm on 2. Oh, I'm only on 1. Now I'm on 2. Stop doing that. So, right there, one of my magic abilities kicked in right when it saw a bomb. It's called Oh God No. There's a bomb right next to my thigh. Time to stop. It looks roughly like that. And externally, it looks like I'm just stopping my thigh right before it hit. And that's totally what's happening in reality. But mentally, what's happening is absolutely nothing. My brain doesn't acknowledge it. It's like somewhere in my wrist that happens. Neurologically. Whoa. I'm pretty thirsty. And I could totally use a break. But I can't really pause the game. If anyone actually came into chat, they're probably looking at this and they're gonna go like, yeah. Why isn't he responding to me? Because I can't look. I can't look at chat while doing this. So, I can't really interact. It sucks. The idea is that I, want to look at chat between runs. Well, it's been more than an hour. I know the only reason I know it's been more than an hour is because the last one of these, it was an hour long. The developers? You might ask, whoa, why does Classic have these ridiculous flourishes with a bajillion fruits and bombs? And the answer is that in the beta version, people like Rainbow Ninja Man went and said, you know, it's really not fun when you play for 30 minutes and you just get yourself beat. And you lose a 30-minute run over a tiny mistake. And it's pretty grueling. And so Half Brick went, and they made it hard. And when they made it harder, I thought they were gonna wipe the leaderboards. They didn't. But that's why I felt like totally guiltless making that sort of suggestion. Now here I am. Plowing through this. 1 hour run of Fruit Ninja. Because this is me. This is what I am. This is the creature that I have become. I totally missed that. I like totally missed that coconut. That was hilarious. I just like my right hand lazily expected itself to get guided to the coconut, and it missed. And I made a little bit of curvy. I can't even replicate it because it was so ridiculous. You see, I wasn't even paying attention to the score to start out with. I didn't make the over 9,000 joke. That's it. There's nobody. There's nobody even close to me. That's 25K. My body just does this. My body just like does 25K. I'm just unparalleled at this game. There's nobody even close. What's next? Do I do the left-handed challenge? Is that the next thing that I do? Like, this is ridiculous. Alright, did anyone watch that? Oh, someone was watching some of that. Well, hey. Congratulations, buddy. You got to see the 25K run.